From the Gulf States Newsroom, this is the Gulf States Gumbo, your weekly serving of stories from Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. I'm sports and culture reporter Joseph King, chopping it up this week. Now, we're doing something a little different for this episode. See, I got the chance to interview someone who's impacted the lives of probably many people listening right now, even if you don't know his name. I talked to Francois Clemmons, best known as Officer Clemmons from the PBS Kids show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It was part of WBHM's Memories and Milestones program, which is designed to celebrate Black History Month, specifically Black people from Alabama who have made an impact in the world. And I couldn't miss the chance to bring this to the gumbo. So sit back and listen to part of our conversation. I'm here with the critically acclaimed thespian, author, Grammy Award-winning vocalist, Dr. Francois Diva Man Scarborough Clemmons, also known as Officer Clemmons. Now, Mr. Clemmons, let me know if I miss any other titles.
Well, I did Sporting Life a lot. George Gershwin's Porgy and Bess, all over the world. So sometimes people would call me, hey, Sporting Life, but you got them all. You got all of them.
For the listeners out there, hearing Officer Clemmons should have made their ears perch up a little bit. But in case you're not familiar, our conversation should educate you a little bit. Francois Clemmons played Officer Clemmons on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood from 1968 to 1993. Am I correct?
That is correct.
When I was asked to interview you for WBHM's Memories and Milestones event, I've been excited. I've been trying to prepare. I've listened to past interviews. I've been reading your memoir. And one thing that was very prevalent in everything is your love for music.
Well, I am a musician, professionally trained musician. I got it from my great-grandmother, Laura May, who used to sing and be our babysitter around the house. And as it turns out, my mother's mother, my grandmother, also used to sing a lot. And my mother had a nice, deep, rich alto voice. So I had those three ladies right from the womb. I jumped out singing. And when I was 3 and 4 years old, I remember my mother asking me to sing certain songs for relatives who came by, or very, very good community friends. So I've been singing ever since. I've never stopped. I don't know what it's like not to make music.
That's where we belong, sister. You and me can live that high life in New York.
And I do both, mostly choral music, solo singing, and very, very, very seldom I've had some of my arrangements made for orchestra.
You mentioned your great-grandmother, but I think I recall in your book you also mentioned your granddaddy or your great-granddaddy Saul. That he played a part in your singing too, right?
Very much so. When we would go, he was the babysitter. It's my grandfather. And my mother's father was the babysitter primary for me, partly because we were so deeply attached to each other. I had this deep admiration and love for my grandfather. So he would take me to some local part on the property, which was the plantation. And we would go by a river and throw our hooks in the water to catch fish. And he would say, now, Buttercup, that was my nickname, Buttercup. Now, Buttercup, don't go sleep. Now, we're going to sit here and we're going to wait and see if the cane, he walked with a cane, see if he's going to talk to us or sing us a song. So don't go to sleep now. And of course, I sat there. I was probably asleep in just a matter of 1 or 2 minutes. And so whenever my grandfather would wake me up, he would say, oh, Buttercup, Buttercup, why did you go to sleep? The cane was talking to us, and he gave me a lot of information. And I said, well, why didn't you wake me up? What did he say? He said, well, you were sleeping so hard, I couldn't wake you up. And I said, well, what did he say? Little boy, you better be good and mind your parents. You're not always a slave boy. Your people come from kings and queens of Africa. So that's exactly how my grandfather used to sing to me. And I was wide-eyed. I was amazed that the cane told you that, Grandpa? He said, oh, yeah, it told me a lot more than that. To make a long story short, the cane became a character in our lives. And my mother and my grandmother and my great-grandmother, they did not approve of him telling me this story of what my ancestry had been, because they felt he was puffing it up too important. And as life would have it, I think my grandfather had an insight into who I am, much more so than maybe some of my other people who wanted to be correct. He had an instinct, a deep inner knowledge that there was something special about Buttercup.
When I was telling people I was preparing for our conversation, do you want to know what the thing they was most shocked about?
What?
That you was from Alabama.
Because I don't have an accent.
Yeah. I mean, but you left at a very early age. You were born here in Birmingham. Y'all stayed on a homestead, right?
Uh-huh.
It was a bad storm, and you and your family, y'all walked from Meridian. So you was born in Birmingham, but your family lived in Mississippi. The homestead was in Mississippi, right? So you were born here. Y'all went back to Mississippi.
Yep.
But when that storm happened, you and your family, y'all walked from Meridian, Mississippi to Tuscaloosa, right?
Yes, we did. I don't know how we did it either, but we couldn't go back. There was too much. You remember the storm? What is that storm called? In New Orleans.
Oh, Katrina.
Katrina. It was a Katrina event. You couldn't go back. There was nothing to go back to. Before we leave, we could even notice that the houses, the foundation on which they sat, they began to spread out and buckle. So, my family had gathered as much as they could, put on their shoulders, their backs, and we started walking. The people who owned the plantation, they had already left. And we would meet up with other people and said, John, we can't go back there. There's nothing to go back to. And I was so young, but I was listening. And they said, well, I guess we have to keep going till we can find some dry land somewhere. And so that's what we did. And while we were walking, we walked all day long, trying to stay ahead of that water, which was coming. And my grandfather disappeared. And he had a cane, and eventually they found the cane. And I didn't understand about death. So I just figured in an hour or two, they're going to find him. Well, they never found him. It grieves me that my grandfather left that way. I wanted to keep the cane. I held on to it. And after 3 or 4 days, my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mother, all of them got on me, give me that cane. You're grieving too heavy, they told me. You're too young to grieve like that. They didn't know who I was. I wasn't too young to grieve. I was on a spiritual plane with my grandfather. And I was grieving like anybody else would. He had been taken away from me too soon. I started singing. And they looked, everybody backed up. Where did that come from? I said, my granddaddy and the cane, he taught me. And I sang. So that was the first time my family got an inkling of the gift of music that I had.
When I was preparing for this and I was doing research on you, I'm like, is he retired? Is he still working? Because it doesn't seem like you're retired.
I'm just as busy. And people, either they're writing their senior thesis or they're doing articles on Mr. Rogers, they call up, they come over. And also, there are people in the Catholic Church, Episcopal Church, the Methodists, the Baptists, all of them, the Lutherans, have all come to my house and say, Mr. Clemmons, do you know what that meant when you were sitting out there in the pool in Fred Rogers' neighborhood and he asked you to put your feet in the water with him? Did you understand the biblical significance? I think it's a very good question. And I always, because frankly, almost all of the people ask me that are white, I tell them, I understand it better than you. And the reason I do is because I've had to personify who this is. And so Fred was the one who came up with the idea. I just wanted a way to get back at those people who were putting powder and chemicals in the swimming pools. And so I was pissed. Oh, I was upset. And he said, so I want you to come over and you're going to sit down and we're going to put our feet in the baby pool and we're just going to have a talk. Sure enough, I came over, I had my Officer Clemmons outfit on. I took my boots off, took the socks off, rolled up my pant leg, and I put my feet in that water.
Oh, there's Officer Clemmons. Hi, Officer Clemmons. Come in.
Mr. Rogers, how are you?
Fine. Won't you sit down?
Oh, sure, just for a moment.
It's so warm, I was just putting some water on my feet.
Oh, it sure is.
Would you like to join me?
That looks awfully enjoyable, but I don't have a towel or anything.
Oh, you share mine.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh,
Come along.
man.
I'll put some more water in here.
Oh. This is going to turn into a beautiful day.
You like bare feet?
Well, yeah, as I grew older, I liked it more and more.
Uh-huh. Good for you. You're pulling up your pants. I forgot to do that.
Now, what you've been listening to is only a small part of my conversation with Dr. Francois Clemmons. If you would like to listen to the full hour-long conversation I had with Dr. Clemmons, visit wbhm.org. Now it's time for Gulf States Gems, a series that shines a light on some of the treasures of the region, and I can't help but make Dr. Clemmons the gem for this week as well, specifically his singing. He did a rendition of a song he performed on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. There are many ways to say, I love you.
I've done a lot of interviews. People who have podcasts love me. And the other thing that I do is I sing spontaneously. There are many ways to say I love you. There are many ways to say I care about you. Many ways to say I love you. Cleaning up your room can say I love you. Putting away your toys before you're asked to do it. And making plays. You'll find many ways to say I love you. You'll find many ways to say I care about you. Many ways to say I love you.
This week's show is cooked up by the Gulf States Newsroom team. Our theme music is by DJ Supreme. Special thanks to our partner stations, WBHM, Mississippi Public Broadcasting, WWNO, and WRKF. You can find us in your podcast feeds every Friday. Look us up and be sure to subscribe. Again, I'm your host, Joseph King. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to stir your root.